guys, it's Way here, and welcome back to another FIFA 17 Ultimate Team video, and today I'm going to bring you guys another investing video showing you the best Team of the Week investments that you can pick up right now on Ultimate Team. Now normally I bring these out a couple of days after the original Team of the Week's been released. I think my last one only came out like 3 days ago or so, but right now it's Thursday when I'm recording this. And although they've actually just been released really in the past 24 hours, these informs are already very, very cheap because of the huge amount of packs being opened for St. Patrick's Day. All the new green cards are in packs. We've got Man of the Match cards and obviously the new Team of the Week. So a lot of packs are being opened, and it means these cards are very, very cheap, especially during lightning rounds. And that's why a lot of these cards are concepts, because right now what I'd recommend doing is keeping an eye on these player prices, but I would recommend trying to snipe these cards during lightning rounds. So for example, right now, I managed to get myself a Jaguar for around 13.5k. He goes for about 15k, so that's a decent one there. Jorgensen goes for about 12.5k. I sniped him for 11k. Now, about 2 hours ago, these cards were going for a lot more. So, for example, Jorgensen, he was 18k. A few lightning rounds came out, now he's 11k. So these cards are dropping massively, and they're really good investments. These are kind of the cards I've picked out as the best investments from this week's Team of the Week. And what you want to do is try and snipe these cards during lightning rounds. So I'll give you a rough price that you want to try and get these cards for, and what you want to try and snipe them for, really, to get them as the cheapest cards you can get, really, because I think these cards will drop throughout the week with more and more packs, but it is a good time to snipe them during lightning rounds. So if you guys have a rough idea of the price to pay for them, you'll be able to keep an eye on their prices. I would recommend keep kind of checking these player prices though every day. Don't go out and instantly buy all these cards when you're watching this video right now. I'd recommend going in and getting Jorgensen, as he's not really going to drop down any cheaper. Get Jorgensen for 11k or less. Try and snipe him for 11k or less, and that'll be a great one there. He's an 84 rated inform, Danish, so he's perfect if Christian Eriksen has a really good month and potentially has a lot of hype around him for maybe winning the Player of the Month award and having an SBC obviously around him. So he's a good investment for that. He's also an 84 rated inform who is very, very cheap and has a really good card, over 80 in every single stat other than defending. And then Zaguef, if you put a Sentinel Camera Style on him, he has over 80 in every stat. He looks like a cheap kind of Hullet, and also he's a great player, probably the best player you can now use to get a link to the SBC Small-Off card, and in the future I could definitely see his price rising up, also an 84 rated inform. And then for all these cards there, Depay is right now one of the best left mids on the game, and definitely the best in the Liga. And if you guys can get him for under 100k, which I could potentially see him dropping potentially under 100k, I'd say under about 110 or 100k would be a very, very good deal for him. So if you can get him for that price anytime during this week, he'd be a good one there. Martinez, he's a great one because he is not only the best Ecuadorian striker on Ultimate Team, so anyone wanting to build an Ecuadorian team, he's pretty much the best player you can now buy from that entire nation. He's also the second best striker now in the MLS. If you guys do want to link him up with someone like Giovinco, he's a perfect player there. And also he's the only player, I do believe, from Atalanta United, or one of the very, very few players from this team. So if you can get him right now, he's a good one to get. I'd recommend trying to get him for 12,000 coins or less, so try and snipe him with that. And he's a very, very good player who you will be able to get very, very cheaply. Bas Dost is an 85 rated inform, so he's a great investment just for having a high rated inform. He's also Dutch, which is a decent nationality as well. If you can get him for under 11k, I'd definitely get him. And what you want to do with all these players is keep an eye on their prices. If you do see any of them drop at all during a lightning round, if you see them drop under the price I'm telling you to get them for, I would recommend picking them up. And then you just want to keep these cards in your club until their prices go up. I mean, people always ask me when to sell the cards, but it's self-explanatory. You're buying cards and you're investing in them, so you just buy them and then sell them obviously when their price goes up. So you're not going to sell them when their price hasn't gone up. You just keep them in your club and their price will go up and you can then sell them on. Quintero is a really good one right here. Not only has he got a great card, he's also an 85 rated inform, so it's going to be good for future SBCs. You can get him for about 12k right now. I'd recommend getting him as close to discard prices as you can, so under 11k. You could easily see a lot of people like Dost, Quintero, potentially Martinez as well, definitely Inan, Jale, Jorgensen and Zaguef. All of them you could potentially get for about 10.5 to maybe even 10,000 coins or so. But so also, as I was saying, you do have Inan. He is an 83 rated inform, so it's a decent one for SBCs, and also is one of the best, if not the best, Turkish defence midfielder, or just a general centre mid, and one of the best midfielders also in the whole Super League. He's good to get links to people like Podolski and Sau, and is a decent investment for that. He does have pretty good stats, not the best base, but with a Catalyst Camera Style or maybe a Shadow Camera Style, he's going to become very good because he's got very, very good long shots, good free kicks, and I could see his price going to like 15k or so within the next couple of weeks. Mehdi Benatia, he's one of the best informers to invest in by far. He's currently about 22k. I'd recommend keeping an eye on his price. If you see him drop under 20k, I would definitely pick him up. He could potentially go to like 17k or so maybe within like 5 days or so, but I would recommend trying to get him for any price really under 20k, because during these lightning rounds it is quite hard to kind of say what their prices will go to, because we could see them drop down a lot during lightning rounds, and their prices could only be low because of lightning rounds. Like, you never know, Benatia could then go up again after a lightning round and you'll have missed out on a good time to buy him. So I'd recommend, if you can get him for under 20k, pick him up. Don't hang about too long, wait for his price to drop, because it will rise up again. So if you get him for under 20k, you should be able to make profit on him. And he's an 85 rated inform. He's a great one there. Plays for Juventus. He's got a really good card, and he's just a great player. Like, you can use him and maybe inform Chiellini or someone at the back. He's got a great card, and I would definitely recommend picking him up. He plays for a top team. He's got a really good card. He's high rated, and you can get him for around about 20k or less. And then next up we do have Jallet as well, and he is one of the very few decent French right backs on the game. There aren't really any good French right backs other than potentially Sidibe, but then he's quite low rated. And having an inform card like this, I mean, he does actually have over 80 in everything other than pace and shooting. So with a decent camera style, you can boost him up to have really good stats. So I think he's a decent player. Also, he's the only kind of usable right back from Lyon, because Raphael's non-red. No one really wants to use him. So if you get him for discard price, you'll be able to get him for around about 10 or 11,000 coins. His price will rise up in the future because he's also a French inform, so he's good, and also plays for Lyon, so that's a good team there. So he's good for potentially player of the month and just any future SBC. So if you can get Jallet for, I'd say, under about 10.5 to 11,000 coins, in and for a similar sort of price there. Quintero, again for a similar price, under 11k for him. Same with Dost. Martinez, I'd say 12 or 11,000 coins would be good for him. Depay, if you can get him under about 110k, he'd be a good one. But if you do see him playing well, then I'd recommend selling one, because if he does get another inform, since he has got one to watch card, that price will then drop. But under 110 or 100k, he'd be a decent one there. Benatia under about 20k, and then Jorgensen and Zaguef, get them as close to discard price as you can. Zaguef though, I'd say 12k or less though would be decent for him. And just sell the cards when they go up in price. It's as simple as that. And the reason I'm bringing you guys this video earlier than normal is just because with lightning rounds coming out a lot at the moment, it gives you some great opportunities to try and pick these cards up. So don't go and rush and pick them all up now. You can try and just wait, keep an eye on their prices. If you see them drop within a good price where you're comfortable with buying them, pick them up. Maybe try and snipe them and sell them on when their prices rise up. Just keep them in your club and their prices will rise. So pretty simple. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.